What's up? This is Jeremy with Dreadnaught. Got Ken. Sorry we didn't get an intro, so I'm just gonna stick this in the front. Hope you like it. This is just sitting around talking. That's no topics in particular, just what's on the mind. Yeah. We get into some crazy stuff. Have a listen.
Watch cartoons.
Okay,
watch cartoons.
It's recorded.
Watch movies.
That's all you gotta do.
It'll bombard you so much that you remember I was talking about how people identify a criminal. If you identify a criminal by the way you see somebody dressed in a movie, and they continue to dress people like that in a movie, it's always the bad guy.
Yeah, that's what you're gonna say.
When you see that something in real life, that's the criminal.
Right.
That's how your mind works.
Trench coat mafia, Columbine, not every kid that you see with a trench coat, you think of that.
Well,
It goes straight to it.
Yeah.
Especially if he's quiet or blah blah blah.
Well, see, that's the thing too. Like, you think that stuff just randomly happens like that, or you think they're trying to perpetuate? Like, do you think there's an agenda?
They prepare you. Like I was telling you a long time ago about how the government and Hollywood are together. Like they come to Hollywood and they go, "Hey man," to certain directors, and they'll be like, "This is what really happened, and I want you to make a movie so that if it does ever happen publicly, big, people are okay with it." So like if you look up UFO enthusiasts, they talk about aliens and different type of species or whatever. Well, that's why the short little cuddly ET looking motherfuckers everybody's cool with. Futurama, the little alien, you like that because he's cute, but the grays, big-eyed, bug-eyed people you're afraid of.
Used to
the movie
talk
tells you
about
about
Now,
that.
it's interesting that you said aliens because I've been thinking about this for like the last 2 weeks, and I said we're going to say it on the show. I think it's odd. I'm not saying I believe in aliens or not. I don't know.
I got proof, dude.
I haven't
the
seen
The UN, like 2 years ago, made an ambassador
Yeah,
for first contact.
The UN is arguably
the Catholic Church. 2,000 years of history came out and said we're not denying the possibility of life.
But here's my thing.
Well, arguably, and real quick, and hit like what he's saying with that. Arguably, the UN is the world government. I mean, they're the ones.
And if
who
they're
own
telling
the,
you that they have an ambassador for first contact, what does that mean?
Here's my thing with it. Here's the point I'm gonna make. I'm not saying there is or isn't. I hope there is. But like,
We can't be it.
no, we can't because if we're it, I'm so
We're
disappointed.
fucked
It's more
up.
I'm so disappointed. But my thing is like the old joke. Why haven't Neil deGrasse Tyson got in trouble for it a few weeks ago? Because he was like, no, there probably is intelligent life, but why the hell would they come here?
Yeah.
And people got mad at him for saying that. It's like, that's
I think we're being farmed.
What if they've been watching us for years and they're just waiting?
I think that they put different people from different other worlds on this planet to see how we all coincide.
I think we're all one. I think that would be too easy. Some racism.
Well, no, dude, because think about it. There's a spot on Earth, and I can't remember exactly where it's at, but you can look it up, where every single main element that's created to make Earth the way it was is right there. So if an alien wanted to and ship wanted to come down and see the makeup of what's on Earth, they could go to this one spot on Earth. And there's gold, there's coal, there's everything there that is on Earth.
Well, what I was
at this spot.
What I was gonna say about it was, I think it's interesting, and this is kind of odd to say it now because y'all actually made some really good points about it actually being alien. But
I'll keep you going.
I think it's funny that like
Looking out in the sky.
it's almost like we're de-evolving. For as much as we're evolving, we're de-evolving.
Technology's way ahead of us.
So what I find interesting is Egyptians, Aztecs, all these old cultures did great things. In the history books we read, our European culture completely they could have been that intelligent. They're stupid. Some higher alien, they had to come down and help them. So they kind of kicked them to the side for all these great achievements without, it's kind of like a subtle insult. There's no way these primitive people could have been this, and this, and this.
Well, because I think that white people by that time, or I say white people, but I mean European, whatever, the white skin, because everybody else was dark because they were people of the sun. So those people, they already had their chance, dude. That was in the worlds of the times of like the Jews talk about, the old worlds.
Yeah.
They walked with that God, whatever, if that their God, that would have been some higher being, you know what I'm saying? So the Aztecs, the Mayans, and they were new to the world, you know what I'm saying? They were still practicing in the old ways. These guys created civilizations without the wheel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and so somebody, some higher being taught them something. And so when these guys were dying from the plague, back, fast forward some time, they've already went through that. They were old world status. That's why they were the chosen people. and they were led from the
Exactly.
desert and all that crap. They lived here before. There's worlds before this world. You know what I'm saying?
And
We're the new world.
That was
We're
it.
the new world.
I can follow all that. I get with that. My thing with it, or the point I was trying to make was, see, y'all just put my shit away because I'm actually listening to y'all now.
He's like contemplating all this alien stuff in your head.
Contemplating this
All
shit.
I'm saying is, you know, it's there,
Yeah,
man.
what I'm saying is
Like, we're already this deep.
So they came over here. They came over here and they said, "Okay, we're dying of the plague. We're dying. We have Christianity, and these fuckers have pyramids and cities and universities and running water and fresh fruit, and they're not sick and they're healthy and they're warriors and they're civilizations."
But you realize most European things that they invented, they didn't invent
The
it,
devil
they
did
stole
it.
it. No,
So
they
they
just stole
destroyed
it.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny? Syphilis started in America, and like so when the Europeans came over and then brought it back, like it spread like wildfire all through
Yeah.
the fucking that area, and even through the Middle East and shit.
But
Like now syphilis is worldwide.
Thanks,
the
white
Indians
people.
gave, no, the Indians
No, the
gave,
Indians.
well, the white people passed it.
Yeah, they be raping the women.
That is an
Pocahontas
interesting.
ass
Fuck Pocahontas.
You know, there's some white shit does like shit.
Huh?
That shit was worth it. That shit was worth it.
But they said, you know, when they came over here, they said, you know, they're bringing Christianity, and they're thinking to themselves, well, why are we dying and we believe in God and Jesus,
But
and we're dying
see,
of
I
sickness?
can answer that. I can answer that easy. For the same reason why people die now and they claim Christian, because it's very easy to claim being a Christian. Da 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 da.
To
What
act like
Christian
it's a
do you
whole
know is
different
going out
thing,
raping people and all the rest
That's what
of
I'm
crazy shit? Them motherfuckers knew they were doing wrong. They were just justifying it. Going back to what we were
Exactly,
saying
they
about
were justifying.
going back to what we said about the way something's written and the way you interpret it.
Exactly.
Oh, well, it says don't rape our women.
Yeah.
You can rape their women.
Yeah, they're
See,
savages.
interpretation,
They're
exactly.
animals.
Exactly. They're
And when
not
they raped
humans.
slaves, they were
Yeah,
property.
yeah.
They weren't people.
They're
Have
property.
you seen 12 Years a Slave?
I'm not watching that.
Dude, watch that movie, dude. No, but listen. There's a part there where the slave owner had his beat his slave, and then because he said it's my property.
Yeah.
And then later that afternoon he's holding service and he's the preacher.
Yeah.
And he's talking about God being
That's how
great and
powerful
doing that.
words are.
But the way he was justifying himself,
But that's the thing, dude. All throughout, and that's why I can't watch movies like that. Not because like it's so blah blah blah. I hate any movie where it's just like, oh, well, it was bad, but it wasn't that. No, motherfucker, it was bad. You ain't never seen a Holocaust movie that was good and then bad at the same time. That shit's depressing.
Yeah.
I hate
Schindler's List.
the help. All them old black, some random white person come save them movies. Fuck that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It don't. Indian movies, Mexican movies, all of them. Every Hollywood movie has some magical white person that comes in and saves a tradition that's been around or a generation that's been around for so long, or people that's been around. Tom Cruise in the Samurai movie.
He's the last samurai, dude.
How the fuck?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, by the way, speaking of movies, have you guys heard? I think I said the thing to you, but Kim Jong-il said, have you seen the,
Oh,
thing,
he's mad at
the
Seth
interview?
Rogen?
The interview with Seth Rogen and James Franco. They're gonna play this movie where they're reporters, and they're gonna just do a report or an interview with Kim Jong-il, but I think it's the CIA or FBI, some
Trying to kill him.
organization are paying them to kill him. And he says to the U.S. government, if you let them release this movie, that is an act of war. Isn't that some craziness?
Fuck him. Everything's an act of war.
It looks funny though. Like I was actually thinking about seeing that movie. Like it actually looks.
Some movie's coming out. Fuck him.
I'm
If that's the
gonna
case-
find it on the
If
internet.
that's the case, then he should have
It'll be
been
on the
mad
internet.
when they played. Well, his father should have been mad when Team America came out.
Yeah.
The same thing. It's the same
All
damn
right,
thing.
Baldwin.
But how? Like, do you think he'll take?
Hello. That was a good movie.
Don't you cut that shit out.
That's
That was spot on. Now go.
No, but I think that's hilarious how like serious stuff like that gets taken. But like, what kind of a d-bag are you? Like, that's how people interpret you. That's how you're coming off to people. You can't take criticism. Like, really?
But
She's
again,
God to them, dude.
He is. He's
Again?
gone to his head though.
don't be. Don't get in trouble for this. So American about it. And what I mean
Yeah.
by that is,
Oh yeah. Like definitely.
we can't. I can't tell you what the way that man should think. That man been raised since he was what?
To think,
That he
that
is
God.
superior
He
to
thinks he
people.
is
And he's
God.
like, so anything come out his mouth, I really can't say shit about. For as much as I hate Donald Trump, birdhead ass. He was raised his whole life a certain way. I don't understand the way he thinks. I think he should shut up. But for the things he does, I can't really, you know what I mean? Like, that's a big problem in our country, is trying to get other people to do what we think is right or wrong, and that don't fly.
See, and that's the thing too. There's a lot of anger too. Like a lot of people are just angry, and they want something to be angry about.
People are angry because we've had stupid rules and stupid things going for so long that now that it's kind of coming to light to them, now they're upset. The whole border thing. The border thing has always been the funniest thing in the world to me, because we have a Statue of Liberty that says, give me your hungry, you're poor, you're sick. And then we complain about people coming.
Yeah.
Okay? Flip side of that. Then you say you want to build a wall and a border and all this other shit. Mexico ain't the only country that
is
borders
kind of
us.
sending conflicting messages. Like, I wonder if they put a plaque on the wall, like what it would say.
No, you haven't changed it. They still brag about it. That's what I'm saying. Meanwhile, how many border patrol agents do we have in Canada?
Yeah.
You never hear that shit. You never hear that shit.
We don't care if Canadians come.
Now, technically, half of us really don't technically live here. If you just really want to get damn honest about it.
Yeah.
But so I think it takes a lot of arrogance and
Well, it's crazy how much people with money go down to these places in Mexico that are really nice.
who goes to the shitty ones? Who goes everywhere?
Exactly,
They go everywhere. But it's with that American entitlement of, I'm better than you. Imagine, people always wonder why motherfuckers get robbed or beat up or whatever when they go to Mexico. Imagine me coming to your house.
Brazil's supposedly worse though.
Same thing. Imagine me coming to your house, because this is the bad American aspect of it. I come to your house. I turn on your TV, kick my feet up, get home, go to your refrigerator, open up some shit. You ain't told me shit. You sitting right there looking at me like I'm out of my goddamn mind.
Yeah.
And the whole time I'm like, I'm American. That's what I do. Now when somebody beat my ass for that shit, because eventually it's gonna happen, first thing I say is, there's something wrong with them.
But see, we're America, dude. We're all steroided out.
No.
We're all our military system. Like we can come into your house and put our feet up there. What are you gonna do about it? Like.
And then you wonder why people don't like you.
Exactly, but that's the thing. We don't like. Is it that we don't care, or
it's the fact
because we've kind of taken on that mentality?
You've been brainwashed into that shit your whole. Well, we haven't, but a lot of motherfuckers been brainwashed into that shit their whole life. We're better than everybody else. We're superior to everybody else. We're blah 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 blah. Meanwhile, all you've done to contribute to this better is watch NASCAR, drink Budweiser, and fly a flag.
Exactly, but see, that's the thing. Like,
I'm just saying, the main people you hear screaming that shit.
the things that you would equate to being American, it's not like it's not concrete across the board. It's very static, and like there's so many like our America as us, like it's very.
The thing about being an American is what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
A black dude, a white dude, Mexican dude sitting here having a conversation, and we can have certain things that we are connected by, and certain differences. That is America. That is the
But
thing
people
that
get angry.
died
White
and
people
everything
get
else
angry
for.
about that.
Dude, it's some black people. Me and
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say who it was because that's gonna bite me in the ass later. Me and a member of my family got in an argument earlier this week about language, about people needing to learn to speak English. To which I said, half the people born in this motherfucker can't speak English.
Yeah.
And to be completely honest, a lot of people that you think can't speak English, they speak English. They just don't want to talk to your motherfucking ass.
Yeah.
So that's, you know what I mean, that's some foul ass shit to say. And to point that at one race, because when everybody says that, it's always Mexican, it's always South American, blah, 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 blah. Africans, Iranians, everybody else from this country do not speak English or act like they don't.
Yeah.
You ain't heard shit about them motherfuckers speaking English.
Yeah, and yeah. It's
People,
just,
Russian whores come here all the time. I'm pretty sure more than just Russian whores.
we're
I'm
fine
just
with
saying,
Russian horse.
no, bitch, learn to speak English.
Right.
Nope. Never heard it. Never heard it. Here's another tip. I heard that. Never heard speak English. I heard you want to be an American. I heard that. Never heard nobody complain.
Maybe see that. Maybe
It's brainwashing our minds. There's people look a certain way, and even other races. White, attractive, female, he would murder. White male in business suit, authority figure.
with money.
It's programmed into your head to see certain people a certain way and to see each other a certain way. And until that gets broken, the whole world is fucked.
Yeah.
You still got white people walking around whose great-great-grandfather owned so many slaves and this much land. Nah, he probably didn't. Somebody lied to me about that
Well,
shit.
see, and that's the thing. It's a lot of it's the richer white people that had slaves.
But-
At least a lot of them.
And that's what I was going to say earlier
That's how
also.
they made their money.
When I